G'day guys, Ash J here, and man, it has been a long time since I've been consistently active uploading anything here on YouTube, but hopefully that might change after this video. If you've read the title, you already know what it's about. So without further ado, I'm going to be checking out this right here. Bam! It is Mattel's WWE Battle Pack, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, the NWO, or better known as the Outsiders tag team, made famous in WCW. Now, as you can see, I picked these figures up at a steal of a price for $19.99. Half price from $39.99. Now, I'll put up a little conversion once I upload the video to US dollars, but you know, for Australian prices, that's absolutely crazy. You know, only $10 a figure. Hell, I couldn't pass on this. Now, I don't usually collect these basic articulation figures. I usually get the elites, but you know, these guys are definitely legends and Hall of Famers, and that is what I do collect mostly, just exactly legends and Hall of Famers. But in the elite articulation figures, these I made a special exception because, well, you know, they're a steal at $19.99. There's no denying that. Anyway, let's take a look at the back of the packaging. Here you can see it's got Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, the accessories which are included, the spray paint cans and sunglasses, which you would have just seen. Also in the series, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins with the Money in the Bank briefcase, which is, you know, look pretty decent, but and of course, then you have Big E and Kofi Kingston of the New Day with a stop sign. Not really that crazy of an accessory, but nonetheless, I was very tempted to pick that up as well because I am a fan of the New Day. But anyway, let's take a look once again. Front of the packaging, you see it. The accessories which I mentioned are the sunglasses. Scott Hall is wearing his. Yeah, there we go. And the spray paint cans. Bam, bam. And yeah, that is the packaging. Now let's get these bad boys at the packaging and take a more detailed look. Okay, so let's take a look at Kevin Nash first. Now, I'm going to admit that when I first got this out of the packaging, the sunglasses were actually a nightmare to put on him. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but they're actually not really sitting on his ears on either side. Well, on that side, I guess it kind of looks like it is, but his ear is actually, it's flat, so it's really just kind of sitting on his hair. I think, I'll just take them off here, I think, like, this part of the sunglasses, like the frame of it is meant to go in there, but there really is no opening, so you have to just kind of sit it on over his hair. Just kind of looks weird. And also the paint can, really didn't sit too well in his hand. I had to kind of just, I'll show you, like, just kind of squeeze his fingers together, and then all was well. All in all, you know, pretty decent figure. You know, it is what you would expect. Nothing really crazy there on the back. If anything, I have to mark it down a little bit only because, if you can kind of see here, I know this is just really nitpicking, but I mean, it's kind of hard here to angle it with the light, but yeah, the paint there is, it shows a bit of like skin, like it almost looks like there's a rip in his shirt, so that's a little gripe, but not really much that kills the figure. If anything, it's great. Face scan is decent. Yeah, it's Kevin Nash, and in that sweet NWO muscle tee. And anyway, yeah, that is Kevin Nash. Moving on to Scott Hall. Okay, and moving forward with Scott Hall, here he is. Yeah, very similar to Kevin Nash. The paint can actually sits nice and flush in his hand, which is good. Didn't have to crunch his fingers together or anything. And now, one thing I have heard, I've been watching another reviewer who pointed out that, as you can see here on the side, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell with the camera and all, but the ears are actually kind of flat to the scalp. So yeah, it's the sunglasses aren't really sitting on anything, and I've heard that once you take these sunglasses off, they're not going back on. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to be taking them off. I mean, worst comes to worst, I can always put some blue tack on them and get them back on that way. And there we go, we get a look at his beautiful face. Bam. Great great face scan there for Scott Hall. Really like it. Really you know, gone all out, even with like the detail on the stubble there. Very nice. Super impressed with this figure, and yeah, I'll give you a little side by side of these two now together. Pop him there, and bam, let's get Kevin Nash, and we'll see if we can put the spray can back in his hand. And there it is, the Outsiders, or the NWO, if you will, for life. Anyway, there it is. There's those figures. Pretty cool too. Actually, you can see there's a bit of a height difference with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. I think Kevin Nash was in his prime. He was like 7 feet, 7 more. You see, 6'11", 7 foot. Yeah, and Scott Hall. To be honest, I'm not actually too sure. I'm gonna guess that he was around 6'5", 6'6". But anyway, yeah, those are the figures. They're great. I like them. For shits and giggles, I'm gonna give you some more comparisons. Let's throw another basic I have, which I also picked up for a steal long ago. John Cena. Oh, I'll fix him up there. John Cena. Whoa, that's a crazy height difference. Okay, what about The Rock? I got The Rock. Here we go, and The Rock. How do they match up? Okay, yeah, I'd say they're kind of to scale. Is John Cena really that much shorter though? I don't know. This Rock figure has trouble standing. Come on, let's go. I don't think he's gonna stand. Can I? Will he? Come on, Rock, I believe in you. Bam, got it. Get a little side by side there. There we go. Get John out the way. Yeah. Cool figures. If I had to rate this 1 to 10 on this this battle pack, pop these guys at the back here. Geez, I guess I'd have to give it a 9. Very decent. Let's move the lighting. Hopefully that gives you a better view, a bit of focus there on Kevin Nash, focus on Scott Hall. Yeah, 1 to 10, I'd give it a solid 9. Great figures. The only cons that I could add is, you know, the sunglasses. You know, it's a nice accessory, but the you know, the idea is great. Obviously, the finish, not so much, but whatever. Nothing, like I said, a little bit of blue tack can't fix. Those are the figures. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review. If you have, feel free to comment. Let's get chatting. Feel free to like, feel free to dislike. Hell, if you want to go crazy, why not subscribe to see some more reviews or other content from me. Either way, thank you very much for watching and have a great day. See you guys.